everyone, my name is Sumit K. In this video, I'm going to cover cloud migration assessment. In my last video, we have used cloud migration discovery client tool, which is basically a application which you can deploy on your existing infrastructure and send all the details to the Google Cloud Migration Center. And this is an automated way of syncing all your information to the Google Cloud. And then based on that, you can take your decisions of your migration preferences. We have already started a cloud migration assessment from my last videos, because as I said, discovery and assessments are interrelated to each other. And since we have already started the discovery phase and we have seen those servers already into our cloud migration center, so the assessment part has already been started. But in this video, I'm gonna take one step further and deep dive into it. What are the other components involved in the cloud migration assessment? So we will see that. So let's get started. Let's go into the Google Cloud Console, and this is the discovery client that we have used. And you must have seen these two machines. These two machines have been imported from the discovery client, which was hosted onto the AWS, and the data has been synced here into the Cloud Migration Center. And then I'm now the next step is I'm going to group uh, this particular stack. So basically, what is groups? In a migration center, a group is nothing. It's a set of assets or set of your workload, such as your servers, your database, or anything. A server or database asset can be a part of one group or can be a part of more groups. Okay, I'm gonna make it very simple. I'm gonna make it these two assets a part of this group. Okay, so basically group let you and organize your assets by functional characteristics or other feature. For example, you can group together all the servers and database that belongs to the same application. Let's say for the gaming application or any payroll application, like that. Or you can make a part of two different application, right? Maybe any application, any assets have dependency on both the application, so you can group it to in a two different isolated group. Okay, so creating a group is very simple. You just click on create the group, just name it app2, and then next you can just add these two machines and click on next and click on create it. So as I said, right, assets can be a part of multiple groups depending on your application. Since the same machine have been added to the app one group, I don't need this app two, so I'm going to delete it. I have just created just to show you how to create it. So I'll go with the app one. If you see the app one group, I have two instances here, and all this total memory, total storage, and total cores. All this information. There is no database endpoint. Okay, now the next thing is, okay, you can also remove one more thing. Okay, so you can remove this one or more assets from this group. Okay, uh, now preferences, right here you see this preferences, migration preferences. Now what is migration preferences? Basically, migration preferences are a set of parameter that you can define and apply to a set of group which we have just created. Why are we doing this? Because it is used to evaluate different cloud configuration and associated cost in a TCO. TCO means total cost of ownership report. So migration center lets you create different sets of preferences that you can use to generate multiple TCO report with different scenario. So for example, you can compare the TCO report of running your infrastructure in a different region or using a different virtual machine type. I'm going to cover this very soon. So basically, migration center lets you configure migration preferences for different asset types. So you can go with different machine type, you can go with different OS type or licensing type, or even with the different reasons, and different database. So basically, it gives you a very nice way of managing your preferences, and you can then compare all your preferences and then you can take a collective decisions based on the cost that is going to be applicable based on the migration preferences, right? So it's very simple. When you see here, this default migration preferences is the default one which is created by default. If you just click on this, so here the name of the migration preferences is default. The region is US Central A, and this is the Google Cloud product, Google Compute Engine. And then in the Google Compute Engine, this is your machine series and all this type. Let me just create it, then you will better understand. Okay, forget about these two. I will let you know what is the purpose of this one, demo one. You can create multiple migration preferences, and you can compare it when you create a TCO report or all other reports, right? So let me create another report. I'm saying demo 2. Okay, demo 2 maybe location. This time I am going to select, let's select in US West one, and here the server. So you select the server primary Google product where you have the preference that you want to migrate. So there are multiple options. You can go with compute engine, you can go with VMware engine or compute sultan. I'll go stick with the compute engine only. But here, um, and here also you have a Google compute engine because you have selected the Google compute engine as your first preference in your server list. And the machine type here, I will go with let's say I'm go with the M3, and the disk type I'm going with the standard. Okay, I don't need high speed disk. And the licensing model, I'm going with bring my own license this time. And the pricing part, product pricing track, the pricing track affect which discounts can be applied. So you must be hearing about committed use discount, right? Because all the cloud provider give you some form of discount when you basically buy a lot of resource. It's a very simple game. When you go to any grocery store and you buy a lot of things, then definitely the grocery store or the shopkeeper basically give you some kind of discount, because you are buying a lot of you know resources or a lot of grocery items, and you are paying a good amount to the shopkeeper, right? So that's a generic rule in the cloud as well. Um, basically what happened that sorry for the break, I just got an urgent call. Okay, so what I was talking about, the product pricing track. Basically the pricing track affects which discounts can be applied, right? So there are many types of discounts are there in the Google Cloud on demand. 1 year resource based committed use discounts, 3 year resource based. So basically what is the committed use discount, CUDs, for the compute engine? Basically what happens that Google Cloud offers CUDs in returns for purchasing committed use contracts, also known as the commitments. When you purchase a commitment, you commit either to a minimum amount of resource usage or to a minimum spend amount for a specific duration of, like 1 year or 3 years, right? Not 2 years, 1, 3 or 5 years. So for compute engine, you receive a discount price for your VM instance in return of your 1 year or 3 year commitment. So resource-based committed use discount are basically the CODs that you receive when you purchase a resource-based commitment and commit to use a minimum amount of compute engine resource in a particular region in a particular project, right? And these CUDs are idle for predictable and a steady state of your resource usage, right? So I'm not going to deep dive into it. It's basically a discount, right? So you can choose a discount. You have to read it, each and everything, which discount is most benefit your application and your organization. And based on that, you will select appropriate uh, pricing track or the discount option, right? Now coming over to the OS licensing type, here you can go for Windows Server pay as you go model. For Red Hat, you can go with the pay as you go model. You can go with the bring your own license, or you can also select with the no preference. I'll go with the pay as you go with the 3 years committed use discount. um, I'll go no preference. SUSE Linux server, even for SAP, I go with the no preference. And you can also go with the VMware engine, right? If you have some, maybe some of the application are running, maybe you can create a different preference. So right now I'm focused on compute engine, so I'm fine with it. Now sizing and network. So again, it's about your size and the data transfer uh, out estimate, how much data is going out. So I'll go with the default one. And the database, right? Which database you want to use? You want to use Google Cloud MySQL? Which version you want to use? Enterprise or Enterprise Plus? Scale sizing, maybe utilization base. You want to go with the multiple zones, and you want a backup. So yes, I want a backup, automatic backup. And here also I'm go with 3 years, or maybe I'll go with the three. I'll go with the on demand as well, but I'll go with the 3 year committed use discount, right? So this is my preference. I'm creating my migration preference. You can create multiple migration preference if you want, right? So I'm gonna create this one. So this is my demo to a preference, which is in for US West one, Google Compute Engine, and it includes all this information. But if you look at my earlier preference, demo one, here also I have followed the same steps, but here a little bit different from the demo two, because the reason is different. And here, if you see that I have choose SSD persistent disk, and here if you look at this, where is the this part? Okay, here I actually selected the M2 series, but I'm not able. Let me edit it. Let me see. Okay. Anyways, so I have selected the M2 series. We will see it in the when we create a report. So right now we have a three migration preferences, right? The default one, and these two are the customized one, right? So now go to your migration preferences for the servers. So I'm going to go with the um, not sorry go with the reports. Now we are actually going to create some of the reports. Now this is one of the reports which I have earlier used, and this is for app one group. I told you, right? I have app one group. And now what I do, I create a second report, and I want to create a TCO and detailed pricing report. So you compare your migration option and export the recommendations and the pricing information. So the TCO report is the core of your infrastructure assessment. This is one of the priority report that you need before your stakeholders or executive team um, give a final go ahead of your migrations, because TCO report basically describes the option you have for migrating your groups of assets to the Google Cloud and the associated cost based on the migration preference that you are going to specify. So here you are actually going to get the total cost of ownership. So you click on that and you choose the report name. I'm going to choose demo 2 report TCO. Put it same. Now choose the selected groups. I have only one group, and yeah. So here, yeah. So select one or more migration preferences per group to see how different preferences affect the results in the reports. So you have a default one, right, which is by default selected, and I'm also selecting the demo one. I'm also selecting the demo two. Let's do one thing. I'll go with the demo one and demo two only. Let's go with the okay. So okay, let's go with the default here. So four references you can select. I guess four, not more than four. So I have three: demo 1, demo 2, and then the default one. Let's generate the report. Let's see what happens. So this report is basically a um, Google slide format, and gives you a summary. You can export it in a Google. Let's export it first. Let's see that. I've never done this. Okay, okay, it's creating the slide. It's generating the charts, updating slides. Very good. So basically, the TCO report provides you with a very high level summary of the specification of your assets across your groups, right? I'm just one group. So let's open the report. Yeah, that's a nice format, I believe. Yeah. Before I show this one, let me just go through this online approach, right? So here the approach to migration: estimation has been done, discovery has been done, assessment is done. So this report describes the option of migrations, right? To the Google Cloud and associated cost estimate. It is based on the groups and preference that you have selected. Now click on the next. So here the group name is app1. It has two servers, no DB deployment. Total memory, the RAM part is 1.8 GB, 16 GB, disk 2 core. This is the operating system, all to Linux. And this is the memory usage right now. And this is the storage usage. Nothing is there in database. So here you can see that, right, monthly cost summary. So you can see that in when you go for with the demo one preference, the cost is going to be $19 per month. But if you select the demo 2 preference, you can see the difference: 26669 dollar, almost $2500, and the default is 18.5. Why this demo 2 preference is high? Because you have selected a certain range of compute engine customization, right? You have also selected a SQL server, enable the backup, multiple zones. That's why the this demo 2 preference is giving a cost higher than the demo 1 and the default one. Again, you have a this group, some charts are there, very good format. And then the proposed configuration for migrating the server is the demo 1, and the demo 2, the default one, all this saying. Monthly cost: server migration, compute, you're gonna get this one. Storage, you're gonna get this one. So all these informations are there, right? And here is the migration preferences, reason, target, machine series. So you're gonna get a lot of good information here. Okay, so let's check it out the slides as well. So here, this is a very nice slide, total cost of ownership report, and it give you same report but a very nice format. um, so again, you just go through it, and you can share this report across your stakeholders, or your to your managers, to the leadership, so that they can review it. Or you can also customize this particular report, so that if you have a customization in place, you can, apart from this, what you can do, you can also export the detailed pricing report to the CSV format as well. Let's see that. You can open this sheet, and here you are getting this you're getting this information in a Google sheet. It's asset name, default migration. If you go with the demo one, maybe then you're gonna get some of these wide range of information, and along with this pricing details, right? So okay, apart from TCO, what you can do, you can also get a report of licensing report, asset. I think I already shown you this report, asset detail report, performance report, in my last video. If you want to, it's in preview mode, but if you want, if you can get the network dependency, let's do that, this one. if I can do this. I've never done this network dependency report. It would be new for me. So let's do that right now. That's why I'm telling you, right? Cloud migration is not a straightforward activity at all. It needs a lot of time, specifically in the planning, in the discovery phase, in the assessment phase, and you have to go through each and every servers, each and every details. You are not only the one who are taking the decisions. There are costing involved. There are some budgets involved. There are people. There are trainings involved, right? Because migration is not migrating the cloud. I mean, you're not migrating just the infra part. You are migrating your entire culture. The way you used to do in your traditional on-prem center is totally different. It's totally modernized in a cloud, right? So as I told you, right, modernization is interrelated to the cloud migrations, right? So now it's downloaded. Let's see that. And if you look at this one, what is that? Day one, day. So some of the information of remote address, local IPs, and all this information are captured here. The remote port number here, how many connections are there. So this is again a great information in terms of network topology or network dependencies, right? And apart from this, you can also get the license report. Let me check this license report one. Let's see that. So this is my license report. Okay, I can't see that. I have to export it. So Google Cloud Migration Center is basically helping you a lot in terms of exporting the report. I know it's very hard to create a report when you do it manually, right? So this is actually um, helping you easing your life. So see your license report. How many Windows machines are there? Okay, because since I have nothing in here, so you can see this Windows licensing part, the compute part, compute engine, scenario 2 with this SQL server. So all these informations are there. Maybe it'll take a lot of time if you go through it. So that's it for today. I think we have seen all the reporting part, the assessment parts, grouping part, data import. We have already seen that. Estimation, we have already seen that. Now the next video that I'm going to upload on the migration part, the actual migration part, right? We have done our assessment. We have done with our discovery part. Now it's time to actually migrate these two instances, right? And now we have done with our preference. So we want my target should be a compute engine, right? So I'm going to go with the lift and shift approach as well, and we'll see what tools are offered by the Google Cloud that can help your life easier and how to migrate it, right? So till then, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.